From fear to relief, a testimonial on reliable flood barriers.
Flood Protection Secrets, the podcast to the protection against heavy rain and flooding by Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe.
So the big challenge is, how can house owners like you and me get a flood-free home? How can business managers like you and me get a flood-free company? And how can public servants provide flood-free critical infrastructure and livable cities?
Flood Protection Secrets, the podcast by Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe. This podcast is for foresighted and proactive people who do not want to shovel the muddy water out of their room while standing in the midst of the disaster.
Therefore, those who design and plan, the architects and engineers, need to construct such buildings and cities, and that even when the entire environment is completely flooded. That is a challenge, and this podcast will give the answers.
Flood Protection Secrets, the podcast by Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe.
Yes, hello, I'm Andreas Klippe and welcome listeners. In today's episode we are venturing from the fear of floods to a story filled with hope and confidence. Have you ever faced the terror of rising floodwaters? Let's rewrite that story together. So, let's talk about Michael Thompson, a father and homeowner, lived in a flood-threatened suburb, and each year the dark clouds brought not just rain, but a deep-seated fear for the safety of his family and home. So it's a fear many of you might know too well, the dread of losing everything to nature's fury. Yeah, Michael embarked on a mission to find a flood protection solution that was not just effective, but also economically sound. He delved into researching the top 14 flood barrier systems globally, each offering unique features and promises. By the way, that is really pretty good because I identified exactly our best top 14 flood barriers in the world. So manual portable barriers, demountable flood barriers, mobile flood barriers, door and gate systems, automatic systems like flipping up systems, dropping down systems, sliding, pivoting, swinging, and the fourth group, and even permanent glass barrier systems. So Michael did the same, and each offering unique features and promises. So it was just a journey of discovery, not just of products, but of trust and technology and innovation. So far, so good. Upon implementing these advanced barriers, Michael experienced a remarkable shift. No longer did he feel powerless against nature. These barriers, tested and proven, stood as sentinels guarding his home. It was a transformation from vulnerability to empowerment, from anxiety to assurance. So the true test came with the next flood. As the waters rose, fear turned into relaxation, satisfaction. No, not fun. It was a kind of relief. And Michael's home equipped with these top-tier barriers. So he was choosing demountable flood barriers for a home. That is certainly a good choice. So Michael's home stood unaffected amidst the chaos around him because the neighboring lots were flooded, the street was flooded. So it was a powerful validation of his decision, a moment of victory over nature's unpredictability. So this journey was about more than just safeguarding against flood. It was about gaining back control, about transforming a house into a secure home. For Michael, it meant sleep-filled nights and the joy of seeing his family life without the shadow of fear. And please think and imagine how you feel when the next disaster is approaching. I mean, how would we all feel if the weather report would announce a volcano eruption? And in case we live close to a volcano, we certainly would leave our home, and we would be very afraid because we cannot carry all our goods and memories with us. Yeah, memories, I mean the memorable things that you have to leave behind you, and you might lose everything because you never know whether you will, when you come back, you will find back your home as it was before. And the same for flooding. I mean, for heavy rain, for typhoons, for hurricanes and cyclones, what is all the same, by the way. How would you feel? You would be very, very afraid, of course. And of course, wouldn't it be safer if you would live in an area that is completely protected, where you could feel relaxed and safe because you know you have a protection? Okay, you cannot have a protection against a volcano. That is not possible. But you can have a protection against heavy rain and floods. That is possible. And that is why Michael has now sleep-filled nights. And he can see his family without the shadow of fear. And that is exactly the transformation. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. So Michael Thompson's story is a beacon for all seeking flood safety. It's a testament to the power of taking proactive steps, of turning fear into confidence with the right protective measures. From fear to relief, a testimonial on reliable flood barriers, how top flood barriers can transform your safety. Yeah, and I don't want to end today as a very short episode, but don't leave it yet because I still have my golden nugget for you. You gold diggers, one golden nugget I want to share with you. I give it for free. So remember, the choice of a flood barrier is more than a practical decision. It's a step towards peace of mind, a commitment to safeguarding your family's future. Yeah, thank you for listening to this journey from fear to relief. If you've been inspired by Michael's story and you are considering flood protection for your own home, your own company as well, make sure to subscribe to our podcast, stay informed, stay secure, and keep your home a safe haven against floods. And as always, stay safe and flood-free. I wish and hope for you that you make the right decisions when it comes to your personal flood protection. And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to this podcast channel if you haven't already. Now it only remains for me to wish you a good day. Do something with it. Maybe until the next podcast episode. I would be very happy. See you then. As always, stay safe and flood-free. Your Andreas Klippe and the whole Flood Experts team.
That's it again with the new episode of Flood Protection Secrets, the podcast by Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe, German engineer, book author, and head of the Flood Experts. What can Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe protect for you? Anytime? Worldwide? Contact us or just click through to www.thefloodexperts.de/bonus. Detailed engineering, German quality, safe, flood protection secrets, the secrets you'll want to unfold.
Don't forget, you're only one flood barrier away.
Subscribe to the season, and you'll never be late for an episode.